so I think it's getting at the root of why the CPA might be resistant, and it's acknowledging that they may not be the right CPA for this one transaction.
Transferring in that trust, you might have that CPA, that team to help you get to where you're at and help you grow your business and all of those things. And now it's a 10, 20, 30, $50 million business. And you're looking at transferring that trust on those who helped you get there to maybe a new team to take you to another level, especially because guess what? If you're looking for something on a different team, perhaps your current team doesn't have the solution for it. That's why you're even looking at the deferred sales trust to begin with. So how do you help clients to transfer that trust? Or what are ways that you say, hey, let's just bring everyone together, right? And expand the team, not necessarily replace the team, right? We don't want to just replace CPAs. We want to keep them doing everything they've always been doing. We just want to expand it. But at the same time, that the friction between the person feeling like, oh, well, I need to get my CPA to say yes to this, and I need to emotionally have their approval and their conviction of it, right? So talk about that tension and how you would help someone walk through that to actually take action versus staying in fear.
Yeah. So what would so in our role, we of course get involved typically after that's happened. But it's kind of like anything. I think there's broad recognition that there's a reason why people say I'm not sure, or no, or whatever to it. It's kind of getting at it. I'm not familiar with it. You can overcome that. I'm familiar with it, but I'm not really sure how it works. You can overcome that. Education. I've heard some negative stories about it, right? People, and those are likely having been people who have abused them, or, and this is on to your next point, maybe, Brett, where the expectations were simply unrealistic. There's things any financial instrument or transaction can do. And you're setting yourself up for trouble if you're expecting your life insurance policy to grow in value at the rate of the market. Somehow it's got to pay for the actual insurance part too. You're setting yourself up if you're expecting your T-bills to stop, protect you from the market decline, but participate equally in the market's rise. You're setting yourself up if you're expecting that this estate, this deferred sales trust can, do everything. It's not magic. It's got some very nice features. So there's that. So I think it's getting at the root of why the CPA might be resistant, and it's acknowledging that they may not be the right CPA for this one transaction. You wouldn't use your family attorney, a law practice attorney, estates, wills, trusts, right? You wouldn't use that person to sell your business or to sell a piece of real estate. You would go get a real estate attorney or an M&A transactions related attorney. And so I think it's okay to take a similar approach to the tax side of things. Those would be my initial thoughts.
I think that's so well said. Yeah, it's setting the proper expectation and the ownership that it's not going to be on the CPA because they may or may not have that area of expertise. The same thing that as you wouldn't expect, your living trust, your estate planning attorney to sell your commercial real estate. You got to make sure you have the right team members in place. And I think that's one of the hardest things. And I guess one of the most enjoyable things too, to help people to realize that we can all work as a team. And we can help people overcome false beliefs if it's too good to be true. How do we know it's legal? How do I know I have the right team in place? And I think it's why it's so important to set proper expectations and knowing like each person in each role, such as a David Young, who could be a part of the team to help manage the capital in a really big way, which is fantastic. So